And the same is true for another category along those lines are the larger swim baits. The bigger swim baits, once you start getting into that 7 and 8 inch and 10-inch model, they'll catch fish, but like I said, you're going to waste a lot of time throwing them when you're not going to get them. Another bait, guys, it's a waste of time in my opinion, are those super deep diving crankbaits like that Strike King 10XD and that new line of like those 25-foot plus crankbaits. And that's another thing, guys. Speaking of that, is what the heck's happened to deep cranking? It's like you don't hear anyone catching any fish on it anymore. It's like that was like a staple technique in my fishing and a world of tournament fishing. The last big tournament I won down at Table Rock Lake, I went back in 2007 or 8 or something like that. I won deep cranking, but for whatever reason, the fish do not bite deep diving crankbaits like they used to. Again, you can catch some fish on them, but the amount of time that you fish throwing those big deep diving crankbaits, you know, they're just not going to produce that much anymore. So I just would not wait. It's like there's other lures. If you're on that type of bite, like you're catching them 20 foot deep, there's usually a better lure to throw, like, you know, Carolina rig or football head jig or shaky head or something like that, that will catch some bigger fish, or even, you know, sometimes like a big worm, something like that, a 10 or 12 inch worm. But the big crankbaits, like I said, for the amount of time that you're going to throw them, it doesn't seem like they produce that many fish on them. Another bait, guys, and this is something that sort of evolved over the last 5 or 6 years, guys, is a dang spinnerbait. A spinnerbait. Now let me rephrase this for the most part, because there are windows during the year where a spinnerbait is awesome. You know, sometimes, you know, slow rolling a big spinnerbait during the pre-spawn can be really good. Fish burning a spinnerbait. I love burning that little Megabass SV3 spinnerbait in the fall time of the year when that water starts to get around 60 degrees. And then if you got some muddy situations, you know, like a big thumping spinnerbait. There are windows during the course of the year where a spinnerbait still works really good. But overall, if you just put on a standard half-ounce willow leaf spinnerbait and you throw it throughout the course of a year's time, you're not going to catch that many fish on it for the amount of time that you throw it. Fish get conditioned to a spinnerbait really quick because they have unique vibrations, they got certain flashes, and they've been around forever. And like a lot of these lures we're talking about, they have specific windows that they're going to work good, which leads me into the next one, is a dang whopper plopper. Guys, whopper plopper got ruined down here in this part of the country. There was a time frame